What's up guys, Travis here with Good Enough Builds, and in today's episode what I'm going to be trying to knock out, right here in the front left corner I've got a shock that doesn't want to hold compression, so I've got to replace that. So with that being said, I do have a 2.5 inch lift kit, but I am going to wait till after the lift so I can get it painted and I can make it look a lot better before I put it on here. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be replacing both front shocks. I have a busted brake line on this side as well that I've got to replace. And that back passenger door, I'll show you right quick. It doesn't want to open. I got it from the auto wrecker yard, salvage yard, but both the inside and the outside aren't engaged. So what I gotta do is I gotta take this apart, get this all fixed up, get it opening and closing. Today's list is gonna be getting this new soft top installed, as well as getting this door taken care of so it can open and shut again. And then I want this thing sitting level. So I wanna put those two front shocks on there, and I also wanna get the brakes working as well, so they don't go all the way to the floor when I'm driving this thing. As I said, soft top, door, shocks, brake line. Let's get to it. So the order that I'll do this thing is I'll do the driver side, brake line, and shock. As soon as those are taken care of, then I'll move to the passenger side shock, and then I'll get the door figured out, and then I'll do the sunroof. I don't want to do the sunroof before I do the door because that might actually get in the way of the door a little bit. So one thing at a time. Without further ado, I'm gonna get this brake line and these shocks done, and then we'll move on to some more body stuff like the soft top and getting the door done. Let's get it. Well, I have found that it's gonna make my job a lot easier if I take the shock off as I am replacing this brake system, because I'm trying to take this out, not happy with it, not happy. So I'm just gonna take the shock off real quick from the bottom, pull it out, and I mean we're already halfway done without installing this thing at that point, so let's get to it. Alright man, we've gotten the old one off. As you can see, it broke right here. Like right there, man. It might have been from me stretching it with the axle. It might have happened at another time. I don't know, but it's broken. Gotta fix it. Old one's off, so let's get the new one on. Brake line is off and replaced. It was actually relatively easy. I mean, I was just unhooking everything and then unscrewing the line from the bracket, so it wasn't all that much of a problem. Now the brake line's done, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on these shocks. So let's get to that. Seems like I'm making this a habit. Old one off, new one on. We've got the old shock off here, and we've got the two new ones here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that one on, being that it's got all new hardware, and then any recycled hardware that I already have, I'm gonna double it with the recycled hardware that I'm gonna have of that. And the absolute best out of the recycled hardware is the only stuff that's gonna go back on the Jeep. So without further ado, let's put the shock back on so I can start working on the passenger side. We got the brake line done. We got the shock done. Now, let's move to the passenger side. All right, man, well, we've got brake line, we've got the shocks on this side, and we replaced the shock on that side, so both of the shocks have the Rubicon shocks from the newer Rubicon on there. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to leave the front end the way it is. I'm going to have my dad come out when he's up for midnight, and he is going to help me bleed the brake system. I'll have him hop in the driver's seat as I start bleeding these brakes to get these brakes all bled out and all the air bubbles out of the system. I know it is going to be swallowing up a decent amount of brake fluid because I have so much air in the system because that line broke, and all the fluid ended up draining out of that line. So with that said, I'm not worried about the front end anymore. I've got that cross member here that's going to be coming in on Monday or Tuesday. So once that comes in, I want to have this thing ready to get the frame straightened. The next thing I'm going to start doing here is that back passenger door. Get that figured out, get that taken care of. Get it opened, which I hope should be pretty easy. And then as soon as they get it opened, tear it apart a little bit, hook up the linkage inside so we can actually get it functioning. So my frame repair and body repair guy aren't gonna have a problem in having to do it themselves. So that's the next thing. So now that all this front end stuff's done, we're gonna move on to that door. Let's get to it.
20 minutes later.
Well, I just found out I'm an idiot, but not without breaking stuff. Let me show you what's up. Now, when removing this door, I thought to myself, hey, I'm gonna use a flathead screwdriver, come on the inside hinge, pop it up maybe, that'll get this unlocked. And then I thought to myself, wait, what's this little plastic unlock lock button down here? Maybe this has got something to do with it. So I turned that, and yeah, obviously broke it. So being that I've got the other door as a donor door, I can use all the insides of that door, so it shouldn't be a problem. As I'm using my flathead screwdriver to get on the inside here, I look at the lock unlock button on the door, and this door is locked. So I figure, oh okay, let's unlock it and see if it opens.
Got him!
So, conclusion, I'm an idiot, but not without breaking stuff. So now that I know that that door is good to go, I'm gonna start working on this top. Let's go. Geez man, seems like a new record. Today I'm about to drive this thing 2 times. I'm gonna back it out, turn it around, back it in, and get this back end, a lot of backs in there, get this back end closer to the shop so I can get that soft top on. Yeah, we're off to the races. Sounds all right. Yeah, after a lot of wrestling, whatever the heck you want to call it, you guys seen the video. Clearly looks like my first time is my first time putting a Jeep top on. I know it took the other one off, but putting one on is a bit of a different story, especially when you're missing some of the parts, right? So I just looked at my old Jeep top here. There's a few parts that I am going to take off that top to put on this top, but I'm not just going to lift this up and put it together one person. So I made an executive decision to wait for my dad, get my dad out here, have him help me with the top, and have him help me breathe the brake lines. So let's go get him and get it done. All right, pump, hold, pump, hold, pump, hold, pump, hold, pump, hold, pump, hold. All right, now that we've got the brakes all bled, we're gonna get this top on. That's done. All I've got to do now is take a little bit of recycled parts off the other one, hence these inside bracket pieces here. I call them the knees or the joints, whatever you want to call them. Just got to take those off of the other one, put it on this one, and this is going to be good and golden. Well, I guess the message of this episode is going to be careful what you wish for. The reason I'm saying that is because the tarp outside is a little bit more more, let's say, faded than the one inside. You can see the footprints, but this one is very good condition. It's just got that scrape here in the corner, one of these corners. Now, what I had told myself was, it would be great if I could use this tarp on that frame, but I mean, that's the reason why I'm replacing it in the first place, is because this tarp is all screwed up. So that said, I took off these two spring action loaded joints here, and I went to go put them on the other Jeep. That top frame doesn't have the end pins the same as these. So there's no way that I'm gonna be able to put that top on that Jeep with that frame. The only way that I'm gonna make this happen is if I put that top on this original frame back on to that Jeep, because obviously that's an older top and I don't have these spring-loaded things here on the ends. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all these screws out from the top of this tarp and all the screws out from the top of the other tarp, and I'm gonna more or less switch the tarps from one frame to the other. I wanna keep that good tarp, but this good frame. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit of work. Now, it's about 7:45 now, sun's going down. I've been at this since about 11 o'clock this morning. So I'm gonna call her quits for the day, but tomorrow I'm gonna be coming back and doing this sunroof. Why am I calling this a sunroof? I guess you can call it a sunroof. I mean, you can roll it back. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna be coming back and I'm gonna start this roof, get it done, get the roof on this Jeep, and then send her off for some body work. Thank you much for watching this part of the 2015 Jeep Wrangler build. There's still lots more to come, so if you guys do want to see some episodes, go on ahead and hit that damn subscribe button, man. If you guys came to this part of the video, you guys have had to like this or find this entertaining up until this point, seeing me screw up a few times. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see all the other parts of the Jeep build and you want to get notified for the future Jeep build episodes. You guys can hit that bell button. Personalized, custom, automatic, whatever you want to do. Thanks, Dad. We're gonna call her quits. We're gonna call her a day. Hope you guys have a great night. If you guys are working on something, put it in the comments. So, have a good one. Peace.
Whoa.